Welcome to Midocean University, the leading institution in online teaching. Our university offers bachelor, master's, and PhD programs in various majors like technology, media, management, and other, with multilingual curriculum. We take pride in having students from over 60 countries worldwide, creating a rich and culturally diverse learning environment. Dear participants, welcome to today's seminar titled University Degree versus Professional Training Courses. We're honored and delighted to have Dr. Firdaus Abdelaziz, a PhD candidate specialized in model analysis and antenna design for biomedical and wireless application, jointly at the Polytechnic University of Valencia, Spain, and the University of Quebec in Ottawa, Canada, and Dr. Muhammad Al-Wishi, Chairman of the Board of Directors of Turjuman Al Arab International Group for Translations, Scientifics, Professional and Technical Activities in Egypt. He's also a faculty member at both the American International University and Al Riyadh International University for Islamic and Human Sciences. Who holds a PhD in modern teaching, both methods various from of learning and education, awarded in 2022, and has extensive experience in the fields of education and translation. So during during this seminar, we will discuss an introduction to the growth of educational career, defining a university degree, the allure of university, broad knowledge and critical thinking, professional training, the advantage of professional training, curriculum comparison, the comment, and much more. And we'll also discuss, um, we'll also discuss the university degree, what is matters versus professional training courses, why also it matters, defining the university degree and professional training course, the key differences, the pro and cons, how to choose the right path, and much more with both of Dr. Muhammad Elwishi and Dr. Firdaus Abdelaziz. So the floor is all yours. Let's start with Dr. Firdaus Abdelaziz. The mic is all yours, and the floor is all yours now.
Hi to everyone. Sorry, I hope that everyone is doing well. And today we're going to have this presentation. Thank you everyone for the invitation. It's like nice to have this experience always with you. You have been always welcoming. This is not the first time, hoping it is not as well the last one. And today I'm going to share at least what I know about the university degree versus the professional training courses, or as well it is called mostly in Canada, in England, in like Anglophone countries, vocational training. So we are going to have this presentation today. I hope that you can see all of you my screen, so I can start like correctly.
We can see clearly your share screen, Doctor.
Thank you.
You can start.
So here we are going to, let me, like that. Yeah. So in the first place, we are going to do the university degree vs professional training courses. So why this thing matters actually. And in the second place, we are going to define both, like what is a university degree and what is a professional training course. After that, we are going to highlight the differences between them. And later, we're going to see the advantages and the disadvantages of both as well. And later, the question of today, how to choose the right path. And by the end, we are going to have a small conclusion. So here, let's start by the beginning. So in the international level, there is a lot of surveys that take place usually in order to know why students are very confused after high school. This is one of the surveys made in the United States. and the 31st of February 2022. And this survey included like 1,000 high school students aged between 16 and 19. So here, the students were asked to select one option regarding their plans for the majority of the year following high school. So actually, they were going to students and asking them, what are you willing to do? So here, like they have some categories, and let's say it's a lot of decisions, but about 48% they were saying that we are going to pursue a degree or certification. But even though this is not a very clear answer, because you have a lot of difference between a degree and a certification. So here, they were asking them to be clear about their decision, what like they want to do. So 41% they were like saying that they're going to do an associate or a bachelor degree. First person they were going to technical degree or certificate at trade vocational school, and 3% they want just professional certification or license. So here, let's admit that the students usually are facing an uncertain future. They don't know what to do. Navigating college and career decisions in high school, such a stressful thing, especially with the options that they have today. So here we are going to define both of them, the university degree and the professional training courses. If we are going to speak about the official university degrees, like on the international level, we have like it is a qualification offered by a university or a college. Degree programs help students to acquire like skills and knowledge in specific field. Here, list of the different types of degrees available to pursue. So we have the associate degree. I'm going to give after this an example about this, how like someone could be having different career in the same field according to all these descriptions. So first of all, it is like the associate's degree, which is like a milestone to advance to bachelor degree program. For example, I'm to give here, I don't know if you have, like the preparatory schools or engineering schools, and the French and the French like program, engineering school need before that some 2 years of study. We call them preparatory studies, and after that you have like examinations. So the associate degree is before going to the engineering school, is the before the examination selection. Later, the bachelor degree. So depending on the course of the study in institution, it may take about 3 to 6 years to complete a bachelor degree program. And this is as well why we say between 3 and 6 years, because it depends really, it depends on the country. For example, in Tunisia, to be an engineer, you need 5 years. In Canada, the United States, in Australia, United Kingdom, to be an engineer, you need just 4 years. So there is actually differences between the bachelor program and the international level. It depends on the country. So the master degrees typically take 1 to 3 years to complete. The program mainly involves conducting research and writing a thesis. And here I want to underline as well that we have the professional degrees. And why master could be like 1 year to 3 years? Because, for example, some people, they are having first, for example, bachelor in finance, and later they want to have a master in finance. So based on the courses they took before, they may have just 1 year. But for example, me going from engineering to finance, I will be having maybe 2 or 3 years to get to know to get adopted to the new definitions. And later, by the end, we have the doctorate level, which we consider as the highest academic degree level, and it may take for 4 or 7 years to complete. So the students in a doctoral program may engage in several years of study and typically complete a large-scale research project, academic thesis, a dissertation to earn their degree, as well as some papers, international journals, and participation in international conferences. So here, if we see the graph here, we can see like here we have the associate degree. Let me just activate this. Yeah, this is better. So here we have the associate degree. This is the lower division. Later, we have the bachelor degree upper division. This is we call usually the undergraduate degrees. Okay, after finishing this, the student is a graduate student. Later, we have the master degree and the doctor degree. It is like the graduate degrees. It is for students who actually have degrees. So this is more advanced than the associate degree and the bachelor degree. I'm going to give you, for example, the finance degree. So associate degree is get to entry level foundation and business in economics for arrange entry level finance positions. So maybe it could be funny, but here in Canada, for example, a cashier needs a certificate because a cashier has to deal with many software, with making decisions as well when their manager is not here. So we can say that a cashier is one of the associate degrees in finance. Later, we have the bachelor degree, like pursue various entry and mid-level career as an accountant, financial analyst, personal finance advisor, and more. So I think everyone here knows what does it mean like an accountant. An accountant is actually a bachelor degree. Going now to master degree in finance. So here it's going to managerial roles, like going to department, the heads of the department, leadership responsibilities. By the end, if someone in finance will make a PhD degree, they will climb to the top of the career ladder at large and exclusive, like specific organization or teach in academia. So here, if we are going to speak, for example, about the CEO of some companies or the big manager, which not just manager for a specific department, but a whole department or whole projects, most of them are PhD. So here, I hope that you understood very well how a university degree can improve from a cashier to the head of an institution. So now it's the turn to know what are professional training courses, or what, as I said, we call them as well vocational training. So a technician, artisan, or trade person is an example of job requiring specialized skills. Vocational training is an academic program that prepares you for this type of job. So actually, when we hear this, we know that in these jobs, there is a lot of practical skills. So as a technician, artisan, or wherever you are doing a lot of mainly work, you are using mostly your effort, you're using your body, and you need to practice very well this kind of works. So for this instruction in a classroom, a practical experience or a combination of two may be involved. 1, 2 vocational disciplines are typically offered in secondary and higher secondary education. Even yet, legitimate vocational education is provided outside the traditional educational system. For example, we can see the trade school, we call them. The trade schools are a specific schools that give specific certifications, and they are usually people who need like very quick certification to work, or they were not eligible to go to the university. So now we have more trade schools than ever. So vocational training include high school career technical education programs, tech preparation education program, post-secondary vocational school, apprenticeship program, like when you go, for example, to a company and you make an internship, and later the company can be sending you to have like a certification with them, and they ask you to stay, because vocational training has a lot of sorts. It depends on where, when, and how. And there is the standalone courses, distance learning education program, which are like now very known. For example, Harvard is offering a very long like list of online courses on vocational trainings and certifications. But let me say, some even professional training at very advanced level, they need some degree at the university. So it has a very wide meaning if we are going to speak. It could be like something that you are getting when you are freshly finishing your secondary school, and it could be as well something that you're going to need later in your career as a graduate student. So here, examples of professional training courses or vocational training. So here, HVAC technician, electrician, plumber, respiratory therapist, and daycare management. So all these things, they are vocational training. They are like some courses are, and I'm going to tell you like the duration of this courses is not specific because it is actually between one or like even a couple of months to 2 years, but it depends actually of what the college or the trade school is offering. So I can tell you, for example, to be a daycare management, you need like 7 months. No, for example, I'm going to speak in Canada. This is what I have idea. Daycare management, we have here in Canada between 2 to 3 years. Some colleges, they offer this vocational like training in 2 years. Other you need 3 years because you need some internships inside. So by the end, there is no specific path. Like for example, engineering, you should do this, your internship, and you are engineer. No, the daycare like the vocational training in general, they depend a lot on the school itself. So now we are going to see the key differences between defining the university degree and the professional training. So here I wanted to highlight something which is very interesting. So when we speak about the key differences first, we have to speak about countries because really these things depend from a country to another. So you can say I have a certification, but later when you go to the other country, they tell you don't have anything. Or maybe you have a university degree and later it's not like you think that you are graduate school, but you are not. So let's define at least for the three big countries, which are US, UK, and Australia. So in the US, college is a part of university or higher education and lower level tertiary education institution. And the university is an institute of higher education or research which offers academic degrees in various disciplines. So here, the US. Now the UK, college is a secondary educational institution or a part of university. So you see here, the college is a secondary educational institution. So if you see here for the States, it is a college is a part of the university, but in the UK, it's a part of the secondary educational institution. It could be as well in some cases in university. And here always the university like remains with the same definition. University is an institute of higher education and research which offers academic degrees in various disciplines. And Australia is mainly a vocational education institution. So it is just, it is not university at all. It has nothing to deal with a university. So university is the same. It keeps always its definition is an institute of higher education and research which offers academic degrees in various disciplines. This is why I told you like vocational courses or professional training, they may depend extremely from a country to another, but university is always university. You took courses, you have some we call them like credits, a number of credits, and later you are going to approve this number of credits and you have your degree. However, you can't go to Canada or you can't go to the United States or Emirates or the Saudi Arabia and tell them I made this vocational training in my country, I can be this in your country. It's not true. You never relate to this. But when you have a university degree, it's another thing. So we are going to speak as well about the average cost. Usually, the trades college or the trade school are much more cheaper than universities. So here I'm putting in Canadian dollar, in American dollar. I'm so sorry for that, but I wanted to put like some specific information at least or some real comparisons. Later you can like scale that to your country or scale that to where you live, because here mainly like education is a little bit more expensive than Arabic countries. So here, as we can see, like the university is much more expensive than the trade school or the trade colleges. But I'm going to tell you as well, we have always like scholarships. For example, me, I did my PhD in Spain, the first part of my PhD in Spain, the other part in Canada. So I had like some scholarship. I was teaching in the university. So there is some resources and financement in order to help the student to survive and even to live well. Later, we have the program length. As I say, it's from 6 months to years in trade colleges, and it's more than 4 years in universities. Employment rate, like since the need of like the of workers, usually we have 80% for trade schools and 73% for university graduate students. Because here, if we are going to speak about the trade school, like trade schools, they are offering like some certification to people to work on the field. And for example, if you need like a hairdresser, we need hairdressers. If we are going to speak a daycare nurse, this is actually a lot of people need a they like daycare nurse. So these are things that we live with every day. And later, the university, it's good that you have your degree, but it depends as well on the student itself, how you are going to succeed your interviews, how you are going to manage finding a good job, how you are going to plan. So, for example, if you have even a good degree, but you can't market yourself, you can't like work on the international market to promote for yourself, it's a big problem. So you should know first that it's a long path. You have to work on yourself and you get your degrees, and later you're open to be working on the international market. So here the learning environment. So as we said, the trade schools, they offer practical skills training, lab work, simulation, field placements as well. However, in the university, we have theoretical knowledge, research, academic writing. And here, the trade school is best for hands-on learner, people who want to prioritize quick entry into the workforce, those who value practical skills over theoretical knowledge, people looking for stable job opportunities and long-term job security, those who aspire to start their own business in the trades. And the other side, the university is a great fit for people with certain career goals. So I want to be a doctor, I want to be a lawyer, I want to be an engineer. So this is actually the main jobs in the universities and the studies in the universities. Research and innovation enthusiasts, like there is always a space for research. You can discuss with your professors who have like usually professors on the universities, they have like whether masters or PhDs. So like you have more deep conversations about research and innovations with them, and even you have the events about that. So those with the time and money to donate to universities, and here we say, especially even if we are speaking about expensive school or private schools, but as I said, there is always the manners to take some money, like some debts for students, scholarships, etc. Those seeking global career opportunities, as I said, the college, trades college, or the professional certificates, they can take you to international opportunities. It's so like in the Arabic world, sometimes I see, yes, people like doing immigration to some countries to work on with some certifications, but you can't go to Occidental countries and you want to work with your certificates. It's impossible. They require that you repeat it. Even being just a hairdresser, for example, in an Arabic country, and you're going to be a hairdresser in France, for example, it's not it's not easy at all. They require their own certifications, their own standards for that. Like, and people pursuing advanced degrees and they have specific degrees and specific fields, let's say telecommunication master, finance master, specific digital transformations, especially now. So it is more specific. It is for someone more determined and for someone who's looking to progress in his professional career. So now let's say the advantages and disadvantages of both. So in vocational training, less time spent in school. It is like cheaper, as we say. Reap the benefits, reap the benefits of specialization, high job placement, like because people are always looking for this kind of jobs. Skilled labor shortage, high demand for grads. And the disadvantages are actually less academic options, limited management opportunities, limited managerial or supervisory jobs, difficulty transferring credits. This is what I say when you want to like go to another program or you want to improve your skills. It's so hard because you didn't take like specific course with a specific credit. You just did some trainings and the less financial aid as well. And later for the university, we have more well-rounded education, rigorous academics, a bachelor degree, research opportunity, higher earning potential long-term. And the disadvantages are high cost, post-university debt, longer duration, and harder to get into. So here I'm going to tell you how to choose the right path. And actually, when I say how to choose the right path, it's not just about like, okay, I want to be a doctor or I want to be a hairdresser or I want to be, no. How really to choose the right path? It's a decision that's going to impact your life, your future. So let's give you some like tips. First of all, what you are naturally good at. Don't think about people. Don't compare yourself to others. Think about yourself first. What am I good at? What can I do? And at the same time, I'm good at those things, but do I enjoy doing it really? For example, me, I could be good at mathematics, but do I enjoy working always in equations? Mm, so I have to need something that uses mathematics, but I enjoy doing as well. Like I can't be spending my life doing equations if I don't like that, even if I love math. And the third thing is to find the balance between what you enjoy and what society is willing to pay for. So as well, yeah, I love, for example, let's say painting, but in the society I'm living, do they like pay for that? Are they looking for artists? Are artists well considered in my society? So I have to look for something I'm good on doing, something that enjoy, but that pays as well, because like your career is your future. You're going to be like living based on that. And you have to start research. You can research, read book, watch videos. Big day, for example, we have a lot of events now. Like today, for example, you have to be like conscious about like your futures, and you have to look after the meanings to have a better thing what, how, and what to do exactly. And I would say, especially nowadays, like many people are sharing their experiences in YouTube or in LinkedIn. You have to hear them. That's really nice. You're going to check that like these people are succeeding or not, and you can learn something that you never considered from their experiences. And later, after all this, you have to find a job that respects your values. So, for example, me, I don't move very well, or me, I don't like staying outside. So at least I know how I am. I know my needs. I know my values, and I want to respect them. And that's as well important. And why not to volunteer in the fields you are interested in? So volunteering experiences like here, for example, what I appreciated a lot in Occidental countries, like people go to volunteering a lot, not like other Arabic countries. Arabic countries, we prefer to stay, to take rest, to drink tea, to stay. But here, actually, since I came to Canada, for example, I'm never home on weekends. So I do a lot of volunteering. During the week, I go to do volunteering in the school of my kids. So, and it's things that I love. So here we should know the importance of volunteering on the fields that you want to work. For example, you love to work on the bank. Go to them, ask them if you can do something on volunteering, even not paid, like 1 month. Do I love this thing or not? And after that, you're not losing anything. You're having a certificate. You can tell them just I need a certificate that I have been with you here 1 week or 1 month, for example. And later, of course, all of us, we are connected to our friends, family, people that work in the area of the interest. So it's good to be open. It's good to speak. It's good to ask others. And later you have to define your goals. So now I know what I want. I spoke with my family. I checked myself. I did maybe a volunteering. So how to do that? You have to have your own plan. You're right. I'm going to do this first, second, which university is good, and those kind of things. So if you can decide, work hard to different fields until you find something that you love, think of what sacrifices you're willing to make. So as well. You can be willing to do something, or for example, you don't have the money, but always there is, if you want something, be sure that you will find the reason to do them. This is my belief. And that's it. So this is the 10 steps in order how to choose the right path, because it's really personal. I can't come to someone, I tell them, no, choose trade school or choose university. I chose, for example, myself, I chose university and I'm so happy of that. So as well, there is two factors to consider when choosing a college university. This is when you start making your plan. So you have to check the available programs, the available courses, interest, like the interest, the admission. The admission is so important. Some universities, they have very hard rules of admission. The culture as well, because you have to be emotionally and socially intelligent to deal with a different environment. It's a transformation going from high school to university to trade school, whatever. The location, maybe you need something close to you, maybe you will need something online as well. It depends. The work opportunities are so important. Up-to-date resources, university rankings as well. Is this university really has a good ranking? Am I going to have a good future? What's going on? Like, these are important things. And as well, I always say we never forget the entertainment part. These are very important things. It's not just about working and studying. It's about festival and fairs, event, how they consider their students, how they consider the psychology and the state of mind of their students, because this is really important. And later, the library. Maybe a lot of you now, they don't go to books, but trust me, the most precious information and the most precious knowledge you only find in books. So the library and the facilities and the software in university are as well so important. And let me tell you, the only way to get access to software like for free is universities. And this is what makes always university a very good choice. Like, you can go to college, but you'll never have access to IEEE, or you'll never have access to a software that you want to use. But university with diversified programs, they will have a lot of licenses. What I mean, a license, like, there is some people who use cracked licenses, and this is, I don't recommend. You have to use like the license. You have to be since the beginning very committed to what you are doing. So by the conclusion, I would say international recognition, university degrees are globally recognized, providing access to international opportunities, prestige and social respect as well. This is, no one can lie about. University qualifications are often seen are more prestigious and are highly regarded by employers and societies. For the career advancement, a university degree can lead to broader career prospects and high earning potential. To the return to education, and this is what we have been speaking a lot today, many individuals who initially pursued vocational training later return to university after years of work to complete their education, seeking new opportunities in growth, and especially seeing the market, the international markets. We have like intelligent artificial intelligence, a lot of developments every day. So now we see a lot of people are returning to education, and this is so interesting. Long-term value. So a university degree offers long-term benefits, including personal developments and greater career flexibility. So I hope that you enjoyed my presentation for today. And if you have any kind of question, please don't hesitate. I'm here to answer. Thank you. Hello?
Thank you so much, Dr. Firdaus. We will go to, oh, or sorry, we'll move to Dr. Muhammad Al-Wishi. Dr. Muhammad, the floor is yours. Dr. Muhammad, can you
Yes, ma'am,
open
I'm
your
here.
mic, please?
Yeah, sure.
All right, all right.
Good evening, everyone. I hope you're doing well. Of course, it's my honor and the privilege to be with you today on Midocean University, and I hope my presentation is going to be helpful for all students around the world. So, it's not so much words after Dr. Firdaus because she explained everything, and if I can add something, it's going to be whatever you can see in front of you in the presentation. So the first slide is going to be about university degree versus professional training because we are facing this problem all the time. All people around the world want to have all the degrees possible, whatever it's master's degree, PhD, and all of the stuff. And the other people want some training, I mean professional training, so they can go forward in their future. So what's gonna do? Will I waste my time to have the academic degrees, university degrees, or I can work? So it's a dilemma that people are يعني asking themselves all the time to which one I can choose, which path I can choose, which right path for us. So choosing your educational path is a crucial decision. And of course, through this presentation, we will explore the benefits of both university degrees and professional training. And I hope this is going to be empowering your future to choose the right choice for you. So, it's going to be an introduction for the crossroads of education and career because every student has a desire for knowledge and career advancement, and on the right track, they want as well a balance between academic foundation and practical skills, because the people who are gonna offer you a job is gonna offer you a job because you have all degrees in the world and you don't have skill for that. So we have to balance between the skill and of course the academic degree or the university degree or the knowledge that you are having. Um, then defining a university degree, exploring the academic route, whatever your degree is, bachelor degree, master's, or PhD degree, we need to know that whatever happens in university, it's much different from the labor markets because let's face it, they are focusing on theoretical knowledge, the theoretical part, research, and critical thinking, but they are not. Just like try to make some vocational skills for students. They are not offering vocational skills for students. So what will happen after I graduate from my university? Will I have to have some courses, some training courses, so I can balance between the university degree and the the skills that I want to apply so I can go forward in my future. I'll give you an example of teaching um, because I'm a teacher, so I face this. I in my university I studied a lot of subjects, just like drama, just like novel, just like poetry, just like prose. Uh, and after I graduated from the faculty, I worked as a teacher, and I'm not teaching my students drama or novel or poetry or prose. So we have 2 years of practicing in teaching skills, but I think they were not enough for any student to make him a good teacher. So whatever I got from my experience as a teacher is much different from I studied in the university. Uh, then the allure of university, broad knowledge and critical thinking. Uh, they are offering us a lot of knowledge in university. They are developing the base of knowledge. They are giving us critical thinking and the problem solving skills. And of course, they are opening doors to diverse career fields. But they are not giving us the professional or and the vocational skills that we need in the labor markets. After that, we are going to face professional training, that skills-based education for a specific career. Um, Even when you are graduated from the college or from the university, of course you have your academic certificates, but some people need to enhance their knowledge with some certificates, some diplomas, and some courses in specialized programs. That's why they have some courses in some vocational or some professional institutions. It's so important in the labor market to have something we call it skills. So certificates, diplomas, and specialized programs are so important for your career. So you need to put something in your mind that, with all due respect to the certificates that you're going to have from the university, they are not enough in the future, because we need to gain certificates with the certificates from some vocational and professional institutions, so you can gain skills from that. And of course, in vocational diplomas or in professional diplomas, we need to have some experts that they are focusing on practical skills, because students are fed up with theoretical parts. So we need to have some practical skills to apply. Then we have a lot of advantages of professional training, practical skills, and job readiness. As I told you, we need to balance between the academic field and, of course, the professional field. After you're done with your uh, certificates, I mean your study with the university, you need to work on your skills, and the easy way out that you can have, if you can join any professional training related to your subject, related to your major, related to your field that you want to be master in. So potential for immediate employment after completion is so important. So if you need to just like have a faster time to completion, you need to gain a lot of advantages from the professional training, because I think they are giving you practical skills and job readiness more than the university give. Of course, with all the respect to university, of course, we have to just like compare between the degree and the training. So I'm going to complete my presentation by putting both of them, the training and the degree. Curriculum comparison between the degree and the training. For the degree, in our colleges, in our university, they are given us theoretical concepts, research, and breadth, but in training, they are offering us practical skills, industry standards, and specific applications. As well, if we compare between the time commitment, degree programs versus intensive training. Degree, we spend at least 4 years bachelor degree, 2 years as master degree, and of course 4 to 6 years as PhD degree. But for training, maybe weeks, maybe months, depending on the program. As From my experience in our diplomas in Terjuma Arab, we are offering diplomas in translation, 3 months, 4 months. The maximum is 6 months. Okay, but in universities, in colleges, they are offering at least 4 years for bachelor degree, and of course, it's too much time for someone to have whatever he needs in the professional way. After that, we still compare between degree and training. We're talking about the cost analysis, tuition fees, and the potential earning differences. The degree, I mean, the university degree, of course, it depends on how much you can pay. So, if you want to join whatever it's master's degree, bachelor degree, or even PhD degree, you need to pay a lot of money, because it costs you higher tuition, and of course the potential for student loans, what we can call return on investment, which we can have a shortcut of it. It's ROI, which means return on investment over time, because not all people can pay for degrees, especially if it's special or private universities. But on the other hand, if we are talking about training, whatever it's just like a course or diploma or something like this. Of course, it's a lower costs, and of course, it's a faster return on investment, and we need to know that it acquires and requires continuous updates. Let's go now to career paths, opportunities after graduation or certification. Degrees, of course, it's a wide range of options requiring further specialization, but training specialized skills and focusing on career paths. Because some people will ask themselves, well, I spent too much years in my education. I mean, the university degree, 4 years, 5 years, now 6 years, and more than 6 years, 12 years. So I can have a PhD degree. So if I want to gain money, then I can work in university in Gulf countries, for example. It can compensate me all the years that I did not work, because of course we know it that university degrees need a lot of time, a lot of work to gain these certificates. But training, if you gain the skill, if you gained your specialized skills, and you focused on career paths, you're gonna have a lot of money. So you are putting these two things all the time in your mind. Will I spend 12 years in my degrees, so I will be almost 32 years old, uh, then I will travel so I can have the money which will compensate all the years that I spent on education, or I will just like have the bachelor degree and then I will have some courses to have the skills, so I can just move forward in our life. So the people are thinking all the time about this. I was one of them. Yeah, when I graduated from the Faculty of Education almost 12 years ago, I told myself, if I spend having these degrees all the time, just like the master's degree and the PhD degree, it means I will uh, be almost 32 years old, and I will not have the money to for marriage and for building a family. So what is the right way to do this? I will stop education in this time, and then I will travel to Gulf countries to gain a lot of money, and then when I have the time to study even online, I will have my master and my PhD as well. So I spent almost 10 years without masters, without PhD, and alhamdulillah, when I got the time and the money to have this, so I did this. So I think all students are thinking about this. Will have I have the degree, or I will have the skills so I can move forward in my life? And of course, in industry demand, which fields favor degrees and which favor training. Some degrees, of course, high demanded in research, academia, and management, but for training, training is crucial in tech. I mean, the jobs that needs technology, healthcare, and skills, and the skilled trades. And as well, I can say that even all jobs around the world, uh, they need knowledge and training at the same time. So you can't gain the job if you have the knowledge without skill, and of course you can have the skill without knowledge. So if we can put both of them, if we can just link both of them, the degree, I mean the knowledge and the training at the same time, and we can balance between them, of course we're gonna have all the knowledge and we can have all the skills, and of course we can have the jobs that we need and we dream of. Uh, then the role of internship and apprenticeship. Um, of course, it gain practical experience and build industry connections. And of course, it's the bridge of the gap between theoretical knowledge and practical application. I taught almost seven diplomas in translation, and almost all students told me the same thing. Whatever you are teaching in Turjuman is much different from we had in the college. I listened to this all the time. So what is special about Turjaman and what is not there in the university? It's all about the internship. I want to qualify the student to have the knowledge and the skill at the same time. The university degree, of course, is so important because you are not going to apply for a job without a university degree or at least bachelor degree. But at least you have to have the skills as well. So we can link between both of them. So we can give the owner to university to give the students all the knowledge they need, and of course the vocational or the professional institutions can give them the skill that they need. So we can balance between both of the sides, the university degree and of course the training. I think the students will get whatever they want. Then let's go for soft skills development, leadership, communication, and teamwork. Uh, they are, of course, critical for success in any field because they develop through coursework, projects, and extracurricular activities. And of course, it's valued by employer regardless of educational background. Just like a country, UAE, if you want to have a job in this country, you have to have two things: soft skills and, of course, the language. If you don't have neither one of them, you will not get a job in a country just like UAE. And of course, the same way in Gulf countries as well. They are asking for people who can speak English well, at least English well, or more than one language. I mean bilingual or more than two languages. And of course, they have the skills, soft skills, just like if you are having experience in Microsoft Office, for example, and of course how to deal with computers and programming. Of course, you're gonna have a lot of job opportunities in front of you. But if you don't have a language, if you don't have soft skills, of course, no one will hire you. No one will give you the chance to join their job. Because if you think that the people will pay money for nothing, you are always mistaken. I'm giving you money because you are going to give me something. Okay, you're giving me your skill, you're giving me your experience, you're giving me your knowledge. After that, I will give you the money you're asking for. And that's why in interviews we have a lot of people who are applying for a job. Maybe if I give a job opportunity, just like a translator, for example, regarding my field, at least 100 people will apply for the job. So which one will I choose? Uh, I will just like see all their resumes, and then I will decide which one I will give him the chance to the interview. And after the interview, I will evaluate and assess all their skills. Are they good for the job or not? So maybe you will find some of them have 12 certificates, credited certificates, okay, and someone just have five certificates. But the one who has five certificates has the knowledge and of course have the skill more than the one who has 12 certificates. So of course anyone who has the job will give this one who has the skills more than just like the certificates the job. So we have to face it. This time is not only for certificates from university, it's time for skills because no one will give you the money, will give you the salary without giving something in return. Then a lifelong learning, adapting to a changing job market. Continuous learning is essential for career growth, and of course, upgrade skills, pursue advanced degrees, or learn new technologies. Just like in the field of teaching. As I'm a teacher, some people in the past used to use the marker and the whiteboard to explain something for the students, but right now you have to have your PowerPoints and presentations. You have to have some online applications just like Zoom, just like Teams. You need to present something on screen. You have to have the skills to apply all the technologies, all the applications, and that were not applicable in the past. So of course we have to upgrade our skills, we have to update our skills to have all the new technology that will help us. And of course, we have the AI that enter our lives, and of course, it's a double-edged weapon. We can use it for our benefits, and of course, it can destroy our learning styles if we depend on AI without any regarding. Then the hybrid approaches combining degrees and professional certifications. That's what I said all the time. We have to balance, we have to combine both of them certification, I mean the degrees that you got from the university, and of course your skills that you can gain from professional training. Then, considering personal strengths and interests, we are not going to force any student to just go in a path that he does not like. We are going to give them the options to choose what is the best for them, what are the skills that you need to learn. So, what are your passions and the talents? Because maybe in the same field, I like, for example, poetry, but I don't like drama. Why are you forcing me to study drama and I don't like drama? For example, I like prose but I don't like poetry. Why you are forcing me to study poetry? So I will give you all the options to choose what is best for you, and then I will evaluate you. So you will have the knowledge that you need to gain, and then after you graduate, you will find yourself having the skill that is demanded and needed in the labor market. And of course, we have to ask ourselves a question: what kind of work do you find fulfilling? For example, if you are interested in languages, uh, will you like to go through educational field to be a teacher, for example, or you want to be a translator, or you want to work as a receptionist, for example? Which field يعني you can just like give yourself in, and of course your passion and your talent, and then you will be special in this field. After that, building network, university alumni versus alumni versus industry connections. Of course, after graduation, you need to build your network, whatever it's gonna be, a platform, just like a website, and then we can compare between alumni and industry connections. For alumni, the people who already graduated from the college or the university, they have the access to university resources, mentorship opportunities, and all of the stuff. So if you need anything which will help you in the future, you can gain this from your university, as they will give you the resources that you need, and of course industry connections, because the people who having the job, I mean the employers will give opportunities for collaborations and job referrals if the people are good enough. For example, for the Jamal Arab, for example, as an association, I will give, starting from next year, just like the best 10 in the faculty of arts, or the faculty of education, or even the faculty of translation. I will ask them, please, I want the best 10 to work in my institution or in my association. I think is going to be helpful for all of them, because they will all the time compete to just like have the high scores and the high degrees, so they can secure a job for themselves. Then we have to uh, ask ourselves these questions. Uh, are we having a financial aid, just like scholarships, opportunities, and the loan options? I think this part is going to be done by governments, and of course all governments around the world, they are offering some scholarships, opportunities, and loan options for some special students. I want this to be more enhanced and to be more in the near future. And of course career counseling, because guidance on choosing the right path is so important, because maybe the students after grade 12, they do not what is best for them, so they need guidance. And of course industry trends, we want to secure some jobs for students when they graduate from the university. And finally, conclusion: making an informed decision for your future. The best path the one that align with your goals. Okay, we have to balance whatever you are dreaming of and whatever you are studying in. Of course, we have to balance between your goals, your interests, and your career aspirations. And of course, we have to weigh the advantages or the pros of both options and choose the path that leads to your success, because no one will look to the failures, but all people around the world will look to the people who succeeded in their life. Thank you so much, guys, for allowing me to be with you today, and I hope my presentation is helpful for all of the people. And of course, I will send this presentation to Miss Malak, and of course, she is so free to just like distribute or share this presentation with anyone they need. Thank you so much, and have a good day.
Thank you so much, Dr. Firdos and Dr. Muhammad, for all your hard work. Let's move on to question and answer part. For those who got questions about today's seminar, you can raise your hand or write it down on the chat box. So, who have any questions? No one? Come on, don't be shy. Dr. Firdos and Dr. Muhammad are at your service, right?
I am here if
Yeah.
anyone needs any information, no problem.
So, don't feel shy. You can ask your question by raising your hand or write it down on the chat box. Um, everything is clear. So, everything is smooth and clear? For those who got any problem by asking it in English, sorry, you can ask it in French or in Arabic, and we can translate it if you want. Um, I think that we answered all the participants' questions. And I think that we lost Dr. Mohammed Louishi at the end of today's seminar. Dr. Firdaus, would you like to add something?
I wish just everyone good luck in their studies and to know that sometimes university is harder, but it's the best way to have more comfortable jobs. The international market is so crowded, and like learning and certification, they will never end after university. So you'll find yourself going to courses, to certifications because you are obliged to do that. And another thing that I recommend enormously, like improving their languages skills, because nowadays everything is so complicated for people who speak just one language, their native language. And that's it. Like, yeah, they have to work on themselves. It's not just about the university as well. It's like a self-work, you know. This is what I want to say, and I wish them all the best.
Thank you so much, Dr. Firdaus, for all your efforts. And we would like to also thank Dr. Muhammad Wishi for all his efforts. Thank you for all the participants for attending today's seminar. Be careful, everyone. We got a certificate of participation. So please fill out the form, write down on the chat box to for the French version and Arabic version, so you could be able to have your certificate at the end of the seminar. You can also check out our activities and programs via our website in 3 languages: French, English, and Arabic. You can also visit our official pages in Instagram, X, Facebook, LinkedIn, And of course, without forgetting that in Facebook we got both version, Arabic and French. Stay tuned, stay connected for more information about our activities or university programs. We wish you all the best and a good night to everyone. Bye bye.